Construction champions. Built for leaders who want more than average in construction and in life. No fluff, no excuses. Just the truth, the standards, and the mindset it takes to win. Welcome to Construction Champions.
Welcome back, Construction Champions. I am your host, Ron Nussbaum, and I am here for another amazing episode. I'm super excited to dive in today, but before I do, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, or follow button, whichever one works the best for you. And if you really find value in what we did today, hit that share button. And today, we are going to talk about callbacks and how to prevent them. And I'm going to do this a little bit differently than usual. I have a presentation that I have given on this all over the country at a very high level. I have shrunk that down enough to get it into an episode of the podcast to where we can at a very high level talk about what error-free excellence looks like in construction and strategies around that to eliminate callbacks. So I am going to bring this up and we are going to rock and roll. And if you are paying attention, if you cannot look at this, don't worry about it because I am going to talk through it as well. Callbacks have such a what they actually do in the construction industry is we don't even 100% comprehend. When we think of callbacks, what do we consistently think about? We think about the money that it is costing us. We don't think about the reputation that it cost us. That right there is one of the biggest hinders when it comes to callbacks. It's not the money that's coming out of your pocket. It's about what your customers are saying about you to everybody else out there. One of my biggest things when I look at callbacks is I look at the cost of the opportunity cost, the future cost of doing business, because I am now here on this job site fixing this problem instead of being somewhere where I can actually make money. That's the real elephant in the room when it comes to callbacks. Opportunity cost. When you have a crew sitting at a house and say you need that crew to do $10,000 a day in installation volume, and they are there fixing a problem, it is not only costing you what it costs to have them there, it is costing you that $10,000 in revenue and what profit you would make off of that. Then having to reschedule these projects in order to make room for the callbacks. That right there is why this is so important of a subject. You have your reputation, you have your profitability, and you have opportunity lost. The trifecta that can kill your business. So how do we straighten this out, and how do we get in a world where we don't have callbacks? Early error detection and swift correction. What we want to do is we want to realize when things are going bad quickly. We want to do that early. We want to have the systems in place to realize when that there is a potential issue and fix it before it becomes an issue. That's where swift correction comes in. Develop a streamlined process for quick corrections that prevent major delays. We talk about it all the time on here. Be a problem solver. The earlier you can solve problems, the quicker you're going to get to the outcomes that we want to have. So empowering your players that are there to make the right decisions, to be able to say, hey, this is not stacking up how it should. I believe this is going to lead to an issue down the road. Make sure you're utilizing the correct tools. Like we say, software is only 20% of it. The other 80 is what we were just talking about. Conducting regular team debriefs, having conversations with everybody so you actually start to understand what is happening on projects. Instead of just random hallway meetings, let's start executing at a high level by having legit meetings together at the same time every week or every day. And then take your customer feedback and leverage it. Take that feedback to be able to look at your systems, your processes, what exactly you're doing, and how you can be better at that. We have had extensive conversations around client communication. So we want to double down on that. Develop effective communication skills. I want you and everybody in your company to be role playing out scenarios of bad situations, of callbacks. Practice delivering bad news effectively, not just the warm and fuzzy stuff. Let's actually get reps in of delivering stuff when a project has went south or we're not on time or something is not happening. Let's get the reps in so the first time your guys are saying something like that is not in front of your customer. Make sure you build trust and transparency throughout project challenges. Use them as an opportunity to build that trust and transparency instead of taking it as an opportunity to provide no trust and no transparency. Look at it differently. Say, this is an opportunity for me to win with the customer, not just a problem and not just something that's going to lead to a callback. Setting clear expectations. This is what will start to eliminate your callbacks. If we can just be honest from the first time we show up all the way through and we follow through and we do exactly what we say we're going to do, there should be no callbacks. You're going to have the ones and twos because there's nothing you can do about those. But if you set clear expectations, you communicate effectively throughout the project, callbacks should practically eliminate themselves. Leverage communication systems. Like I say, software is only 20% of it, but you have to leverage something. You have to say, this is how we do it here. This is the piece of software we use. Whether it's rolling out or implementing a centralized messaging platform that's built for your business, or you're using email or text messages, make sure you say, this is how we're doing it, and stick to that. Do not accept anything other than what you have said. And make sure you're using automated notifications to keep everybody informed and they know exactly what is happening out on that project. When you are trying to create and maintain client trust during a callback, it can be super hard and it can be like you can feel like you're in an uphill battle because you are, because something was broken at some point in time and now you have to fix it and regain that trust. This is why doing the role playing that I talked about earlier is so important. Make sure your guy's first rep is not in front of the customer. Make sure that first rep is practiced with their peers, with you, with everybody in what actually would be a harder situation. Because I am going to tell you, if you want to get a rep in with me, I am not going to be I will probably be the worst customer you have ever dealt with, because I know when you then hit the job site and you have that conversation with a customer, You are prepared and you are going to hit a grand slam. So keep your clients informed through regular updates and address these issues calmly and professionally. Go over that with your guys in the role playing. This is what matters. This is what will change things when you're dealing with a callback. Here's the greatest opportunity with a callback. We constantly think there's no positive that could come out of callbacks. And I thought that for years. But you know what? Then I realized we can leverage this for improvement. We can take that feedback and we can create internal systems so we never have to worry about this ever again. We can literally learn from the callbacks and never have them ever again. You have to leverage these opportunities in a positive way, no matter how negative it is. Take it as an opportunity to learn from our mistakes. You don't have very many opportunities in your company for them to for everybody around you to see how you react in the situation. How you should react is understand that this is completely avoidable, but this is also a learning opportunity. It's an opportunity for all of us to learn and to create the process and system and procedures, all the non-sexy stuff about running a construction business. It gives you the actual track record to have immediate buy-in from all of those around you. So what you do is you leverage that callback to improve the fundamentals and foundation of your business. By doing so, you immediately get feedback because that wound is fresh for everybody there and everybody that was involved. It's not like you roll something out and everybody's like, oh, hold on a minute. I don't know if I want to do that. This gives you the opportunity to say, hey, we just experienced that. This is how we're not going to experience it in the future. Good to go, everybody. Everybody's like, hey, good to go. I don't ever want to go through that ever again. But you have to move quickly because people's memories are short term. So make sure you do this, you put it together, and then you roll it out so it never happens ever again. How do we just get on top of things? Like, let's have some quality control best practices. What do the world class companies do? On site inspections. When was the last time you were on site doing an inspection? That is a great question, probably. It's an ability to also be able to monitor safety, what's happening there, design standards, regular checks. You can catch errors early and prevent a costly callback. That easy. Being on a job site, and I say that easy, but it's probably the hardest damn thing you can do is to get out there and have on-site inspections. So be always training somebody in how to do this because it doesn't have to be you as the owner doing the on-site inspections. Take all of that and create processes, standardizations. This is how we do it. This is such a simple slide. If you are a long-term construction champions listener, which I know a lot of you are, and that is because this right here is what will save you long-term. It is the foundation. It is a living document. It is something that will continue to change throughout your business, but start building those SOPs from day one. And it doesn't have to be fancy. Have the processes down, put it in one place, and start to organize it so you always have it. Training. Educate your team. Increase the accountability. Do the role playing. Figure it out before it becomes a thing. Role play it with your team, not just like you are going to do this. Because as an owner, there's going to be a lot of situations and callbacks where you are the only acceptable person to talk to. So you have to do, as you say, and role play this as well. Get the reps in. How many shots did Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Wayne Gretzky, how many balls did Tom Brady throw that no one ever saw? So when they threw it on Sunday or Saturday night or whatever it was, when they took the game-winning shot, that one mattered because they had in their mind, in the reps, they had practiced that shot thousands of times prior to taking it. It is the same way with your customer interactions. Don't go out and learn how to deal with escalated customers in a callback situation without putting in reps beforehand. Please do not send your guys out there and let their first conversation with an escalated customer be the first one they've ever had. Put the reps in with them beforehand, and it is going to pay dividends on the back end. That right there is how we go out and do this. That is how you can now effectively eliminate callbacks in your business. Right there. Just take those steps and do them. I can't emphasize this stuff enough. Control what you can control, and you will have success. What I just gave you is controllables. These are all things that you can control within your business. Go control them. Go out there and put the reps in. So until next time, go be the construction champion that you're meant to be.
If this episode helped you think differently, share it with someone on your team. And make sure you're following the show. Every conversation like this helps raise the standard for our industry. Until next time, go be the construction champion you're meant to be.